What's up, everybody? How you doing? My name's Nick.
And I'm Sarah.
That's Sarah, and we got the dog back here. That's Walker. That's my Walker poopy puppy. Full name is Walker Texas Ranger Pagliaccio Poopy Boy LoPresti. That's him. Today, we're not talking about Rick. Get out of here, you sexy little kid. Here we are. We're talking about overexposed. The overeducated photographer. He's a lawyer. I dropped out of college. And we're talking about his take on Peter McKinnon. I know this is a very current take. His video came out 2 years ago talking about Peter McKinnon's video talking about film photography. Yes, Peter McKinnon started shooting film and everyone was worried. They were like, oh no, brother, ew, brother, no. Peter McKinnon, the Mr. What's Up, is going to start talking about film photography. What's going to happen to film? You know, are we going to lose precious film stocks like Pro 400H? I don't know, brother. Ew.
I mean, I think the biggest thing is everyone said it was going to be more expensive, and boy, has it gotten expensive.
But is that Peter's fault? Has Peter been in Trump's ear? Peter's Canadian. He hasn't been telling Trump to raise the tariffs on. I mean, most of the film that we're shooting is American made, so it's not even tariffs. Why are these price hikes happening? Everything's getting more expensive. So probably raw materials are getting more expensive for manufacturing. Yada, yada, bing, bong. So let me put this away. No more beer. I'm putting it away.
No, I'm
putting it down.
Peter McKinnon, is the reason why things got more expensive.
Babe, you're going to have to speak up.
Never mind.
No, I can't hear you. What was that?
The moment's over.
The moment is, I ruined the moment. I'm awkward. That's me, Nick LoPresti. Okay, we're talking about Peter McKinnon. Overexposed. He's a great commentary channel that talks about film photography, and I'm kind of biting on his steez right now. Like, you're not the only one who can talk about film. I can shoot film and I can talk about it. Just because I'm not a lawyer doesn't mean I can't talk about it.
He has
anyway,
a really cool microphone, though.
He does have a way cooler microphone than me. He's got a way cooler background. And this video, he talks about Peter McKinnon and how he's bad for film photography. This came out 2 years ago, so you've probably seen it, or maybe you haven't. Let's see if we can disagree with him and start some internet beef. Anyway, let's get right into it.
As almost every other 20-something, 30-something, millennial wannabe Instagram photographer, bro. When I first discovered millennial photography Jesus, Peter McKinnon, I was quick to begin my discipleship. His videos are slick. The colors are great, the audio is fantastic, and the editing is always
Can you pause?
top-notch.
So we all need to appreciate what Peter McKinnon really has. Like, he is our millennial photography person. Like, he's the embodiment of what are all of those weird bands from like 2015? Mumford and Sons. Like, I feel like he is the YouTube photography channel version of that. You know what I mean? Like, it was are man buns still a thing? I don't know. We live in we only look at each other.
Let's pull it up. Let's pull up the clip. I used to have man buns. I don't know if they're still a thing. Now it seems to be the mullet, the shaved sides of the head. Seems to be the thing.
But that's a Gen Z thing. That's not a millennial thing.
Really? Crap. I'm old.
I mean, yeah, we're old.
I look like a turtle right now.
I don't know. I remember watching Peter McKinnon like react to people's videos, and I loved it when we were first starting photography.
It was
back in 2016 was when I got my first camera.
Yeah, I think I bought you a Nikon D3300 in 2016, and yeah, Peter McKinnon. We binged the heck out of it. He had all those fun 2-minute Tuesdays. He was teaching people a lot of lessons, and yeah, now he does vlogs and stuff. But you know what? You know, let the player play. You know, let him make his bank and let him do his thing. Because I don't know. I feel like we can all learn a lesson from Peter McKinnon, who, you know, I mean, look at me. I don't really fit the mold of your standard, like, you know, aesthetic, slowed down, smell the roses type of film photography guy. I mean, all my edits are usually fast paced, except for these podcasts, which I'm trying to just, you know, milk out and get out there and just have low effort stuff. But
I think it's also opening up more of an opportunity for communication with the community.
Yeah, I want this to be a two-way street.
Like,
so by the way,
if
you guys got
friends, come talk to us.
Yeah, hit me up on DM me on Instagram down here. You know, I'm not guaranteeing I'll respond to you, but if you sound cool, if you have something cool to say, I probably will. If you just sound like an NPC, then I'll probably ignore you. But you can email me here with any ideas. I'll put my email here.
Or, I mean, there's a comment section.
Yeah, and there's a comment down below. I don't know. It just depends. Some people don't have YouTube accounts. Some people just watch.
And if you're mean to Nick, he's just going to respond and say, you're not very nice. So just don't be mean.
Yeah, just be nice. Anyway, I respect Peter. He's done amazing things. He's like he's got to be like the most subscribed photographer. There might be someone else. I don't know. But he's got like 50 million subs or something. Jeez.
I don't know.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can't even recall the last video I've seen of his.
Yeah, I don't watch him now, but I'm just saying I respect the heck out of him. And, I want to do vlogs. I want to just be able to point a camera at me and not have to think about what episode I'm going to make. Anyway, we got to touch upon whatever. We're reacting to a reaction video, so let's get to it. Here's what is he saying. I won't use any footage from Peter's channel. He would copyright strike me for sure. Wouldn't that be funny if we get copy striked by overexposed? Let's see. Anyway, let's find out.
Maybe just scrub through it.
So many of you guys in the comments are going to no doubt be asking, what's the big deal? What's the harm with Peter McKinnon moving to film? Well, there are quite a few issues, and in this video, I'm going to explain to you guys what some of those issues are. He's a Canadian YouTuber, photographer, and creator. He started working as a photographer quite a few years ago at this point.
Baby, will you pause?
But he really achieved
I think you need to scrub through it because he is a lawyer and he may copyright strike you.
Okay. So we've gotten a little bit of the intro. Let's scrub through it a bit.
I'm hesitant to even call him a gear reviewer at this point. All that's to say,
Well, that's, I don't want to have to gear review either, but it seems like that's all that the people on the internet want. I'm sorry. It's, it seems to be a running thing. I was just seeing something from Film How You Like, I think, Yahim. I forget, but he's a pretty big time Instagram photographer. Real photographer. He's not, because he was complaining that, it seems to be the running thing. Everyone hates Instagram because it's not the photo place anymore. It's people doing memes and, you're going to get more followers posting pictures of cameras than pictures you take with cameras.
Or you could just follow real people and interact with the real people, and you will see more of real people.
You can DM people and talk to them.
I'm just saying, like, my Instagram feed is a lot of friends. Like, I see all of my friends' photography.
Yeah, it's not just for photographers. Even if it started like that, it's also just for people, to have a nice scrollable thing. It's not the boomer-ridden Facebook. It's anyway. This isn't an Instagram video. This is a making fun of this guy video.
He's achieved a level of widespread fame with his channel.
Only 5.8 million subs. It's not even that much, man. You think about a niche within a niche within a niche. Like other, channels, like big channels are supposed to have like 10 million, 20 million. He doesn't even have 6 million. I mean, maybe
that was 2 years ago.
Yeah, maybe he does now. I don't know.
Amassing nearly 6 million subscribers at the time this video was recorded. If you've watched his channel any at all, you'll no doubt have seen some of his film cameras sitting on the shelves, usually as paperweights or office decorations.
How aesthetic.
Oh, aesthetic. Look at mine. Look at mine. You can't see them because I don't have a studio, dude. I don't get yeah.
We have the anti-aesthetic.
Yeah, I've got the anti-design. I went to design school so that I could learn the rules so I could break them. Anyway.
For the life of his channel.
We're going to skip ahead so we don't get copyright striked. Let's see what he says.
YouTubers for the past 6 to 8 years. The film photography channels that we all look up to, the Matt Days, the Granny Days, the Willem Verbeeks, those channels, they seem to have a ceiling. And it's not like a hard ceiling. These guys could obviously break through and get to a higher level, but you're looking at a couple 100,000 subscribers these guys have. These are the current premier film photographers on YouTube. These are the guys making the content that most of us are consuming. And now you're introducing a guy into
AKA my contemporaries.
To that scene with 6 million subscribers. Peter is instantly going to be the most prominent film photographer on the internet with all the good and bad that comes along with that. I think there are some good things, and I alluded to this previously.
Okay, so I remember watching this video when it came out, and I remember his argument here basically was, so photography is a niche on the internet, but then film photography is a niche within a niche. So the biggest guys like the Verbeeks, the Matt Days, the Grainy Days, they're topping out at Verbeek at like about 400,000, Grainy Days at 200 some odd thousand, and Matt Day around there too. And somebody coming in with 6 mil, he's gonna dominate the whole scene with his take on stuff, and he might not you know, have the same values, traditional film values as the rest of us have, I guess. I mean, it's just, so whatever he puts out is going to get the most views, and he's going to inform the mainstream viewpoint on film, pretty much. But like, I don't know, 2 years on, has it really hurt anything? I don't know. I feel like more and more people are getting into the hobby every day, you know?
I mean, I think we talked about it the other day in the AI. Like, I think there's going to be a point where people are really going to appreciate the realness of film photography in a world that is all AI.
By the way, this whole video has been
I mean,
AI
I hope
generated.
they go to Peter
the
McKinnon
one you're
and-
watching right now. Me, I'm not the real Nick. I'm just a prompt. Isn't it crazy we're just prompts? I'm just kidding. Internet. Am I? I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
I lost my train of thought because you were too busy talking about yourself as a prompt instead of listening to real thoughts from a real person. Thanks, Nick. Please continue.
I'm bad at this podcasting thing. I'm working on it.
That could come along with that. I think expanding film, 6 billion subscribers, that's a lot of folks to go out and buy cameras and potentially start shooting film and rejuvenate the hobby.
I love this guy's accent.
But I think one of the drawbacks to that is now our figurehead, the #1 guy in film photography, the guy who's making the videos, the guy whose videos are going to go to the top of every list. When he makes a video about the M6, it's going to be the biggest video about the M6. Has not necessarily got the film photography bona fides. I think it's possible that we end up with a blind leading the blind situation. Can we trust his videos? Can we trust him to give us sound camera recommendations? Can we trust him to give us sound film photography advice on camera operation and shooting techniques? All that's assuming that he even tries to do that. Like I said previously, most of his videos don't really go that deep. I think there's something a little scary about perhaps having a novice film photographer being the most prominent film photographer.
Okay, so I feel like we're just watching way too much of this guy and his channel. What are the comments? Are there any new comments? Like, what are the oldest comments versus are there any new comments?
Let's check out the newest ones first. See, okay, we got a Clippy 1 month ago. He's one of those I own a Leica and it defines my personality photographers. I don't know about that. I think he's more about Ford and coffee and all that kind of stuff.
Peter McKinnon is a life brand. He's a he's a style.
Yeah, well, why not? I want people to like me. I want people to like me enough to want to emulate me so that I can make money, from sponsors and stuff, so that I can make a living making stuff I enjoy. And it's the nature of the beast. You want to entertain people and show them that you can be creative and you can inspire them to create stuff, and that's been a lot of fun. But you got to pay the bills, so you got to get sponsors on board, and you got to project an image of I am me, and here's what you got to lean into what's great about you. And he likes that stuff. He likes his aesthetic. He likes his style, and he could get all bogged down in the nitty gritty and the gear stuff, the gear talk, which is cool enough. But I just feel like the channels I learned from are probably not the ones that are going to be getting those deals to be able to make a living off this stuff, the gear tutorials, in depth, how to really use a camera type stuff. I don't know.
I have a really dumb question. Okay, so he came up with Casey Neistat, and I just looked up Casey Neistat. He's got 12.6 million subscribers, and truly, is he still relevant? And he's only doing one video, one 10-minute video maybe every couple of months. Casey Neistat, what is he doing? Now I've got so many questions.
I mean, I'm sure he's got himself a nest egg. I'm sure he's got himself a lot of deals and stuff. So, I mean, what are the views on his videos getting?
Peter McKinnon still has 5.98 million subscribers with only 758
So in 2 years,
videos.
he's only gotten 10,000 subs? Is that what that is? Am I thinking right now? No. Or is that 100,000 subs? That would be 200,000 subs. No. 10,000.
And I mean, all of his newest videos, fuck rules, the end of photography as we know it, the trap of not posting videos. And then, I tried a paperless notebook for 90 days and changed my life.
Oh, that's definitely a sponsored thing, right? Drones reinvented. The end of photography. Yeah, I still haven't watched that. You want me to do a reaction thing on this? The end of photography as we know it. He's got film in there. Look at him playing with some portrait or something. We'll do that one next. And yeah, screw rules. But But yeah,
remembering how to vlog. Like what? I don't know. And it looks, and like everything that he's got like looks like 2017 still, you know? It's still a lot of that teal orange that was such a big thing. I mean, granted, he is kind of a redhead, but like, I don't know. It feels very not relevant. Like his last video came out 3 days ago with only 1,000 views.
That'd be crazy if it was only 122,000.
And his so 6 years ago, his number one video with over 10 million views is filmmaker reacts to crazy Hollywood camera techniques. And I just from the image, I remember this video.
Yeah, I remember watching stuff like that. I feel like this was at his peak when people were like still interested in watching. But we're not trying to do a how relevant is Peter McKinnon video. I get it, dude. Like I struggled with the same thing. Like my number one video is an expired film from 1952 that I shot, and it's got 50,000 views. And, so like, when I'm trying to make videos, I'm thinking in the back of my head, people just want to see me do expired film. Oh, should I just do that? It's hard to want to make what you want to make and then balance that with what sponsors want to pay you to make, to what you want to make, to what you think people actually want to watch. And it's tough, and I can only imagine how it feels at his level. Granted, at his level, he's able to, go on trips and buy stuff and have a house and a family. So yeah, it's not really apples to apples over here. But anyway, let's see a couple more. Okay, so those are a couple of the newest comments. Let's see some of the, you can't sort it by oldest, I guess, unless I scrolled all the way down. Peter is a businessman when it comes to it. He knows he has the reach and following to dominate another section of the photography world and reach even more viewers. Why wouldn't he do it? Yes, exactly. Why not, dude? I will never abandon matte day and grainy days. Oh man, that's what Jay said. He's such a basic. Oh man, that's a mean thing to say.
Who's basic?
He's calling Peter a basic photographer. I honestly think that is a problem with his channel. And then he does a winky face, like, okay, if he's so basic, then how has he gotten to where he is? I feel like he's got a great grasp on photography. Yes, he's a showman. He's he's an
very
influencer.
Charismatic.
Huh?
He's very charismatic.
Yeah, he's very charismatic. So like, yeah, you can be some like basement dwelling incel photographer that's a savant at the photography thing, but are you really going to make a name for yourself? Half of photography is being a people person too, because a lot of what, even if you just take pictures of landscapes and buildings, to get paid to do that, you got to deal with people, So half of being a photographer is being a people person. And people tell me I got the gift of gab, but I don't think it's balancing out. I'm not really, I'm not Daddy Roarbucks over here. Hey. Anyway, let's skip ahead a bit. I know how am I doing a good commentary on this guy if I keep skipping over his points? So let's just skip around a bit.
His voice is going to be the loudest voice in the space for the foreseeable future. You can expect lots of turquoise rings,
can you see Puppy?
Things, dark, brooding colors, and what's up, everybody's?
By the way, pause. We got a puppy outbreak here. Puppy, Walker, look at him. Look at that little wriggle boy. Look at that little wriggle boy. Look at that little cutie pie. Look at that tail going. Okay, back to the photography stuff.
A few years ago, it didn't take long to get on Instagram and to find thousands and thousands and thousands of people, me included, trying to copy Peter McKinnon's style. And I can expect that will probably trickle into film photography as well. One of my favorite soapboxes to climb on.
I haven't seen, dude, I feel like we both have the sniffles. Like he keeps sniffling and like, I'm sniffling too. I got allergies going on right now. I don't know where he lives, but maybe he's got cedar fever too. I have not seen any Peter McKinnon style seeping into film photography stuff. I don't know. I mean, I feel like the style, like the stereotypical style of film photography is still like flat looking pastel color stuff of, like classic cars in front of some, I don't know, neutral with some pop or red type of signage. Either barely any people there. Maybe some like, nice pastel looking palm tree within LA.
For fun, if you want to pull up Instagram and go to Peter McKinnon's page, which is really kind of funny. He has a post from July 8th on Mamiya A73 or 72. I can't read. Mamiya 72. My bad. On Portrait 800, and it's exactly what you're describing. So he's even like,
which one? This
the
one?
house? No,
This one?
No.
Oh, sorry.
No. That one.
This one. Yeah, this is the stereotypical, just flat pastel, overexposed looking Portrait 800. This is the smallest house in Toronto. It's a spite house on Portrait 800 Mamiya 7-2, baby. Okay, yeah, we're still recording. Okay, just got to make sure when you're doing these podcast things, everything's still rolling.
But if I saw that somewhere, I wouldn't be like, oh, that's Peter McKinnon. I'd be like, that's Willem Verbeek, who always takes pictures of houses.
Yeah, Willem definitely takes pictures of people's houses, which I think is creepy. I'd rather take a picture right up in someone's face on the street of that person with a flash than be creeping on their house, taking pictures of that. People are going to be looking through the windows like, what the heck? What is going on? Are the men in black here? What is happening? That's just me. Is this on film? Portrait 800. He's got to tag it with the Portrait 800. Do I do that? Look at that. And it's Portrait 800.
And it's got the stereotypical Portrait 800 colors.
Yeah, that's the Portrait 800, like the warm.
If you keep going, there is a picture of a dude, like studio him. These are actually really nice.
Yeah. I like that pic. That's real nice, yeah.
It would be a lot of fun to get into a studio.
Yeah, we got to go hang out with Alexander Just, if I want to go hang out in a studio. Yeah, Peter's doing great, man. Look at him. Like, living the dream, baby. Taking pictures, quarters of the cars. Yeah, look at that scene. Who wouldn't pull over and take that picture? I would take that picture. I probably wouldn't take a very good one, but it probably wouldn't be anywhere near as good as this, but I'd still take it. Look at that. He's just lucky. Not that he's lucky. He's worked hard to get where he's at, and he gets to put himself in the position to take the kind of pictures he wants to take. And that's what I'm working towards. I want to be able to put myself in the position to take the pictures I want to take. That's at the end of the day. What more can anyone ask for? He's just doing it at a way higher level than most of us can ever dream of. But I'm still dreaming, baby. Anyway.
Oh, you know what? I'm going to forget this, so I need to say it out loud right now. I would love to talk about press photography. Like current people in the press and what their photography, because you know me, I've been following a bunch of people and there's some really good people out there. So another video.
Okay. Yeah. Let us know if, hit us down in the comments if you know any great press photographers that we got to follow. Evan Vucci.
It's people that Evan Vucci has been promoting within his sphere of and some of them I've clicked on and started following. So good. Different story, but I want to.
We got to meet one pretty good press photographer after the horrific thing that happened here on the 4th. Anyway, what was her name? If you want to shout her out, do you remember? Sorry, lady. If we remember it, we'll shout it out. Anyway, let's get a little bit more of your take.
She'll be in the press video.
On this channel is to talk about film photography cliches, gas stations, people shooting old things on old film cameras. It's one of my favorite topics. I can expect with Peter McKinnon jumping into film photography, he is going to be the chief cliche creator. Whatever Peter's doing, there will be 6 million copycats following suit. Another way that he's going to dominate the space, and this is specifically relating just to us YouTubers, is videos are going to be at the top of every list. Good luck trying to win the search battle with Peter McKinnon. When
I feel like I've never searched anything that Peter McKinnon's ever come up.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Peter McKinnon in any of my stuff. He's not coming up. It's hard. I'm trying to break out of just doing film photography stuff, and I feel like it's hard. I just did a video about the end of AOL. I did, one of these podcast things. Granted, it's not like some in-depth thing like I'm used to doing, but it didn't do that great, So if most of your videos are consumed by a certain sort of people, a lot of them are probably like, ew, film, ew, brother, ew. I don't want to touch dirty old gross grandpa photo stuff. No, thank you. And, it's probably hard for it. And, he might be taking a hit going down a different route. So it's on both ends. I haven't,
But different strokes. He's got so many videos about drones and stuff. I've never watched a single video of his about a drone. Yeah. Even back in the day when I did watch his videos.
Yeah, I don't care about drones.
I just wouldn't watch that video. I don't know. I wouldn't be like, ew, gross.
Yeah, just scroll past it. Anyway.
The Leica M6, the Hasselblad 500. don't look forward to those kinds of videos being at the top of every list. We touched on this a little bit.
What kinds of videos?
These days, they offer nothing in the way of insightful film photography commentary or instruction. And I really just don't look forward to those kinds of videos being at the top of every list. We touched on this a little bit on just about that topic. And you can expect that same phenomenon to hold true with whatever film cameras that Peter McKinnon lands on. So let's say that Peter decides he's going to use a Pentax 645N. As soon as that video comes out, as soon as his 6 million subscribers see that.
Okay.
Ew, I do not think Peter would ever touch his 645N. That's beneath him. He's going to shoot his Mamiya 7.2 with Portra 800, 645N. No, thank you. That was my Joe Biden impression.
What is the most what film stock? Open up another YouTube just for fun. Search a film stock, and who is the newest one that came out? Phoenix, whatever.
I was already typing in Portra 800, so I see that. David Hancock. Oh, gee, David Hancock. He's taught me a lot of stuff, baby. Overexposed. He's the number 2. Wow.
Wait,
so what's he complaining about?
So is this...
Okay, Phoenix 2. You want me to look that up?
Well, no. Is this by, like, popularity?
Oh, it's just best, whatever, the normal relevance.
Let me search on mine because I don't follow the same people as you. So let's see. Portra 800.
Phoenix 2. Who comes up on that?
Okay. David Hancock comes up 1. And Dylan Spitz comes up 2.
Shout out Dylan Spitz. But yeah, we got Phoenix 2. We got Yvonne, who's never talked to me. I'm not cool enough to talk to Yvonne. Kyle, who's only responded to a comment to me. I don't think he likes me. And Fingers. We got Fingers here. I'm skipping right over this guy because who... Never heard of you, buddy. And then we got Daddy Film over here. We got Mr. Stralia here. We got the Daddy Film son over here. And then we got B&H.
So Peter McKinnon is not at the top.
I've never even seen like a film stock. Has he even done a film stock
I don't know.
review?
I just was trying to...
I don't even think he's done, like, I feel like all these worries, like, what has he even talked about with film? I don't think he, approaches it the same way us film nerds do, where he's like, oh, here's a film stock review. I don't even think that entered his mind to try and do that. He probably just talks about film in general, and then he probably watched all those things about him. Like, Paris on Film, that's like that. Quitting digital photography, yeah, he quit digital for a year or something, and I don't see any headlines that say anything like, Fuji, oh, can you believe they got rid of Pro 400H? I don't see anything like that. So it doesn't look like he's done a single video about a single film camera. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments below. I mean, maybe he has talked about them, but they haven't been the headline thing. They haven't been the SEO keyword thing, If
you keep scrolling, you'll come across Grainy Days as Peter McKinnon sent me film.
Yeah. And
we never watched that.
Peter McKinnon, I think we started watching that episode. Peter McKinnon sent Grainy Days some Aerochrome. But yeah, let's see if there's any more arguments from good old Overexposed over here.
This is the camera that he's using. You could expect those $200, $300, $400 prices on eBay to quickly skyrocket. So it's one negative that's going to come along with that. You can expect extremely high camera prices for whatever cameras he decides to use. Another thing is the absurdly priced accessories. He's got this partnership with Polar Pro with the most expensive neutral density filters that I've ever seen. Obviously, I haven't bought them. I don't recommend anybody buy them. They're really, really expensive. He also has a backpack that he released, which is a really cool looking backpack, but again, very expensive, and a multi-tool. So I think we can expect tons of film photography accessories in the foreseeable future. I look forward to getting my $200 film holder, or a $200 black Pro Mist filter, or a $400...
Okay, speaking of film photography accessories, get yourself a trash can shaped film capsule at madebylopro.com. Get yours today. It says banger on the back because this roll is full of bangers, baby. Trash can shaped film capsules, trash can bangers at madebylopro.com. Get them today. I could have developed this roll, but for now it lives on my desk.
Leica/Benchmade half case for my Leica M6. There will eventually be some really expensive film photography accessories that come out from Mr. McKinnon, so watch out for those. Another potential drawback is eventually Peter's going to lose interest. I've watched his channel for a long time. I don't really watch it anymore.
I mean, it seems like he's still into it. We just checked. He's still shooting film. Still having
but
fun.
he's still doing digital stuff too. I mean,
but when you're as freaking rich as him, like, of course I'm going to keep shooting film like that. It seems like piddly money. Like, he probably spent that much on SD cards. It's nuts. If I had that money to travel around and everything, I would be shooting so much film. I'd have like 6 Mamiya 7s, instead of 0. I don't even have a single 6x7 camera. Get an RB 6.7, but those are big and fat. Yeah. Anyway, if you want to see Overexposed, I don't want to get copyright striked by Overexposed. So thank you so much for your concerns. And I'm sure it was, at the back of all of our minds as we saw Peter jumping onto the film train. If you want to see the rest of his thoughts, check out his video. I've linked it down in the description below. And, I just got to say that it seems like, par for the course. Everything's fine. Nothing's changed, right? I mean, I don't think Peter has revolutionized how people see film. I don't think we got like a bunch. Maybe he's introduced some people, and more power to him. Kodak needs all the money they can get.
Yeah, I absolutely agree.
I mean, we've seen those headlines. I was perpetuating. I probably have. I've probably been the cause of like, 1/10 of a cent of Kodak shares dropping after I reported on their bankruptcy. Yeah, I hope Peter keeps shooting film. I hope he keeps sharing it and showing people how magical it is. Not that I've watched a single video of his talking about it, so what do I know?
We'll have to do that one next.
Yeah, we'll have to do that next.
You know what I am always like really curious though, like Grainy Days does do this, that he does go through his like entire role and he'll be like, these are how many good ones I got, these are how many bangers or portfolio, and these ones all suck. I actually really appreciate that he does that.
But conspiracy time, I bet you he shoots at least 2 or 3 rolls for every role he reports on.
I just want to know, like, I don't know. Like, I remember back in the day, Peter McKinnon's digital stuff, like, remember he'd bring it into Photoshop and he'd be like, oh, sky replaced. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many of these photos that we're seeing, I want to know how long it took to get there. Granted, he's been doing it so long, he should be able to take great studio work off the bat.
Yeah, I wonder if he edits his film any less than he did his digital stuff. But I feel like that's the whole point of shooting film is you don't really have to edit it as much.
I guess we'll have to watch a video and find out.
Yeah, let us know. Hit us up in the comments below if you got a specific video you want us to rip apart, like this one of Peter's or anything else. Overexposed, thanks for not copyright striking me. And I don't know.
Let us know what other things you want us to talk about. Do you guys like these? Can you tell us in the comments?
Yeah, let me know what you think of the whole podcast format
Been
we've
like
been doing.
a week or two? A couple weeks we've been doing this? 2 weeks?
It's a whole new thing for me. And I'm just hoping to get more stuff out there to connect with you guys in between all these long, arduous, every other week videos I've been doing. So I appreciate you guys tuning in. I guess that's it. Remember, shoot more, think less. Auf Wiedersehen.
Bye.